Podcasting from Woodstock, Georgia, welcome to Soul Solutions, a show where we overcome our fears and our limiting beliefs. I'm your host, author, and certified life coach, Terry Kozlowski. Hello, warriors. Do you feel you have the power to set personal boundaries? Are you bold enough to tell others no? If you need help, you can take my course, The Guide to Setting Personal Boundaries, on mastermind.com. The link is in the show notes. Take the course as an act of living a bold life. Now let's start this week's episode. Episode 101. Being bold to take action towards your dreams is authentic living. What does living boldly mean? What I think this means is that you are living on purpose, which implies you are intentional about your choices and actions. It also is about creatively living life fully, where you feel contentment with progression you are making. You show your inner courage when you take bold actions and push through any fear you're feeling and move towards your dreams. Thriving comes from living boldly. In order to accomplish this, you must shift your awareness, leave your old habits behind, let go of attachments and those mindsets that no longer serve you. There needs to be forgiveness, so there is a release of the past and how you may have wanted an outcome. To live boldly and be assertive, you must become your authentic self, which is the only way to attain something different from what you currently have. Transcendence is involved with living boldly. Why? Because you must rise above where your egoic mind lives to solve problems, improve relationships by responding with love, and be authentic in all situations. Again, mindfulness is the key, since you have to be aware and gain clarity in order to see a new perspective and alter the circumstances. You have been gaining self-confidence and recognizing that you are worthy just as you are. But sometimes you get stuck in old patterns of behaviors that keep you from thriving. Living boldly is how you make the change to no longer live from a place of fear. 6 steps to live boldly. You have the opportunity every day to live a bold life by consciously choosing to do so. When you are aware, the universe offers you an invitation to find the answers you are looking for and make the change to improve your life. Here are 6 ways to live a bold life so you can be a testimony to authenticity and thrive. Step 1. Have no regrets. Regrets. Everyone has had them. Did you know it only occurs when you don't take bold action? Therefore, regrets happen when the egoic mind is allowed to look at the past and think it could be any different. But to live boldly, you need to only look backward for one reason: to remember. You want to recollect wonderful memories and lessons learned. If you look back and have regrets, then you need to evaluate why you reacted to life the way you did. Why didn't you have clarity? What factors or fears kept you from making a better choice? Once you have analyzed just a bit, don't allow the ego to enumerate, then determine the lesson you are to learn. Finding the lesson from past situations is how you overcome feeling any regrets. Moving forward so you have no other regrets means you are in flow with the universe. You aren't struggling against what is. You are following the whispers of your heart. The actions you take are purposeful and in alignment with your truth. This is the responsibility you take on to live boldly, to no longer make excuses or blame others for where and how your life is going. You no longer allow the ego to make you feel victimized by life, but you take charge and choose to live a life of victory. Step 2. Take intentional, bold actions. When you are purposeful with the actions you take, means that you are responding to the circumstances from a place of love instead of reacting to them from a place of fear. Your intentions are inspired if you allow yourself time to connect consciously to your inner wisdom before taking action. Taking inspirational steps allows everything to unfold according to the universe's plan. You won't have any regrets. Remember, regrets are only thoughts the egoic mind uses to keep you from moving forward in the right direction. Many of the disappointments you have resulted from doing what others wanted you to do instead of what you knew you should do. So don't allow others to hold the key to your happiness, and instead take intentional actions by following your heart. Living boldly by taking intentional actions shows you are aligned with your why, your passion. It's the underlying inspiration that is purposeful by being tied to your ideals. It also means you are living in the present moment, in the now, because only in the present can one alter the future. But making plans doesn't mean you are creating change, because it's the intentional actions, not the planning, that allows your life to unfold in boldness. In the now is where you feel peace, joy, and live. Step 3. Deal with unresolved wounds. Everyone has emotional pain that hasn't healed. Time scars those injuries and lessens the discomfort. But reliving the upsets reinforces the experience with the egoic mind. You then cling to these negative moments instead of processing them so you can heal. Are you avoiding the healing process because it's uncomfortable? Are you even aware of it? Or is it hiding behind the mask or defense mechanism? The messy middle is where you become aware that what you are currently doing is no longer beneficial for you. To move through this uncomfortable period, you need to stop struggling with wanting to change something you can't, the past. Instead, accept that someone wounded you, and it's time to heal by finding a better way. Pain is a powerful teacher because you see your inner strength underneath the hurt. You aren't broken. The reason you feel fractured is because the mask and armor you have put on, which is now keeping you from living boldly. But now you recognize you are a survivor, and therefore you can forgive, transcend the pain, and allow healing to occur. To heal yourself, you need to reconnect with your inner wounded child. See the lesson your adult self is to glean, and then reframe the story you've been telling yourself to one that is more affirming for your current life. Step 4. Transform into your authentic self. The reinvention of yourself is the ability to love your authenticity. Accepting yourself, your strengths, and your weaknesses is the first step towards loving yourself. When you are honoring your emotions, your passions, your truths, you transform. Why? Because healing your pain allows your authenticity to emerge. When you live authentically, you are free. The freedom everyone seeks is really about your ability to live your life authentically without concerns about how others. The freedom everyone seeks is really about your ability to live your life authentically without concerns about how others see you. Through the authentic connections you make, your healing occurs because through love, restoration ensues. You're not to judge. If you do, you cannot be free from the painful past if you attach yourself by judging who harmed you or yourself. You are instead to reconcile the pain by integrating the knowledge you have learned. For example, my childhood trauma was devastating, but for me to thrive, I had to incorporate that experience as part of my being. I did this by seeing my inner strength as a survivor and taking responsibility for how I move forward with my life. And you can do the same. Step 5. Boldness means being vulnerable. It's bold to show up in all areas of your life as your authentic self. And being your authentic self makes the ego think you're vulnerable and someone may take advantage of you. And it may be true, but there are ways to mitigate the risk. See, you were born vulnerable, but as you grew up, you were told vulnerability was weakness, or you were hurt and put up defenses that don't allow you to make authentic connections. So now it's time to reframe how you perceive vulnerability, so you strengthen your emotional well-being. Being courageous and allowing others to see your true self is what being vulnerable entails. By embracing your vulnerability, you gain insight into yourself and your relationships. Why? Because it involves healing your perception of your brokenness and understanding you're already whole. You are just covering yourself up with the masks and armor you were using to hide your authentic self so it wouldn't get hurt. You need to reclaim your wholeness by integrating what you are hiding into your authentic self. You're a masterpiece, yet you hide a part of you which dilutes the completeness of who you are. Through self-examination, you learn what areas you need to be incorporated into your life. This way, others can see your wholeness, your soulful self. Understand the ego won't like this change because it thinks it needs to protect and defend you. But when you lean into your vulnerabilities, your true light shines from within for all to see. Step 6. Embrace discomfort. You want to thrive, not just survive in your comfort zone. Therefore, to live boldly, you must embrace discomfort. Thriving means growing, not struggling to get through the day. It entails stepping into the unknown regularly so you can create the life you desire. To take bold action means you recognize that changes need to be made, so the staleness and mediocrity of surviving diminishes, while the excitement of purpose and thriving takes hold. Any growth you go through means there's an ending and the beginning of something new. You need to embrace the completion. Sit with what the change means. Ponder the path you've walked. Celebrate who you have become because of your newfound perspective. Being mindful and aware of your full experience serves as a reminder that you can move through the discomfort of the expansion process and come out on the other side better than you could imagine. Your personal development will continue to occur whether you seek it out. Choose to embrace the growth process, even the uncomfortable parts. A little self-care, accepting what is, and a support system will help you move through the expansion. Boldly moving forward. The definition of boldness is showing an ability to take risks, confident and courageous. This frequently translates into standing up for what you believe in, despite other people's opinions. Living a life of meaning and purpose is what bold living entails. It is taking the plunge and diving headfirst into life by living fully, by living your truth, doing your best, and being compassionate with others. It's overcoming difficulties and learning to accept those which cannot be changed while refusing to let them force you into living a mediocre life. Living boldly is living a successful, purposeful life to the fullest. So be courageous. Move away from fearful living and toward inspiring boldness within yourself, and enjoy the life you were born to live. As you become more conscious of living boldly, you can alter the course of your life. Do you need help dealing with unresolved wounds? Are you looking for support in embracing discomfort? Do you want a strategy to create an extraordinary life? If so, please get in touch with me and we can put together an action plan for you to live boldly and authentically. To learn about how I began to live boldly, you can do so by reading my book, Raven Transcending Fear, available on Amazon, or you can go to raventranscendingfear.com for more information. Thanks for listening to Soul Solutions with Terry Kozlowski. If you'd like the show and want to learn more, check out terrykozlowski.com, where you can find the links to everything we talked about in this episode. Please subscribe to the show so you'll never miss an episode as we overcome our fears and our limiting beliefs.